Here we go. Monday, March the 11th. And you are here rocking on the Fifth Quarter Sports Podcast. I am your host, Mr. Kevlar. Treat them swell. And I always treat them well. Sorry, I'm a little short of breath today. Up above me, man, we got the wonderful Kick Step King, Coach Abe, and Mr. Diamond Dirty D. Fellas, what it is, what it ain't, what I miss, what's new.
I'm gonna let the kids. I'm gonna let Abe go. Go ahead. I couldn't get it.
First off, D, that hat is hard. Kev, that one is not.
You know what? I got you, Abe. I got you.
No, man.
He done watched that hat a couple times.
Yeah, man. Thank for everybody for tuning in another week, man. No more football, but some football action going on this, today especially. So, just excited. It's just mainly getting closer to the season, So, thank you to everybody in advance for tuning in to the show. Hope y'all enjoy it.
Absolutely.
This is another week in the books, man. We said that we was going to talk about some things, that went on that we seen, and lo and behold, some of the people that got cut, and we didn't had hell break loose today in the NFL, along with other things that we have seen, and we're going to see what these dominoes and how they affect your team, my team, America's team, and whoever else's team. You follow me? Especially the home team that everybody is concerned about today. Everybody. So that's what I got for you, Kev. Not too much on the weekend, just working in this crazy weather that we deal with. How about you, sir?
I'm gonna start here because I can't wait until the end of the show to talk about this. Sean freaking Malley. Welcome to the Sugar Show. D, that's right, D. That boy got them hands on him.
I must say.
That boy got them hands on him. You took Marlon Cheeto Vera all the way to decision, but it was the Sugar Show for 5 rounds. Vera didn't win a single round, and let me tell you, D, why that was so big for Sean O'Malley to win that fight. Sean O'Malley is now 18-1. Before the fight started, when Bruce Buford was saying his record, he was doing just like that. He was saying, I'm at that point 17-1. I'm 17-0. The first time he fought Marlon O'Vera, Cheeto got a good leg kick in and snapped a bone in his leg. So that was his, he couldn't do nothing. He fought through the rest of the fight, but it was just nothing he could do. So he got his lick back. Dustin Poirier, man, the boy from Louisiana, taking out Frenchie. I mean, second round TKO. Michael Page. Let me tell you, the weirdest fight of the night was Michael Page and Kevin Holland. MVP is a freaking weirdo, man. That dude is odd. I don't know if y'all watched that fight, but that dude is friggin'. I texted my buddy and I was just like, what is going on here? But other than that, man, Jack Del Maddalena got a TKO in the 3rd round against Gilbert Burns. Peter Yan, unanimous decision against Song Yadong. And the fight that kicked off the pay-per-view, I guess right before the last fight of the prelims, my man in the heavyweights, Curtis Blade. Let me tell you, he was fighting some dude who was coming up weight classes. He beat everybody in his weight class and said, you know what, I'm going to the heavyweights. He was light heavyweight. And for the entire first round, Almeida had Curtis Blades on the mat. Now, Curtis Blades, a 240-pound dude, probably about 6'3". And he was getting slammed. I mean, D, this dude is picking him up, dropping him.
Yeah.
And Curtis Blades said, you know what? I'm tired of this shit. He came back in that second round and knocked his ass out in 36 seconds.
Yeah, I seen it. I seen that.
Put him flat on his back.
I seen that.
$2.99, hands down, one of the best cards, I think, at least in the last year and a half.
Yep. Okay.
Everybody on it was every fight on that main card was against ranked opponents. 5 and 7. You know, you had a couple 9 and 4s. All around, great fight. Sean O'Malley retains his title. Yeah, man, we're just waiting to see what's going on next. But as we alluded to, a bomb dropped in the NFL free agency today. Players that we didn't think were going to go anywhere went somewhere else. Players we thought were going to get re-signed got cut. they got them up out of there. And Abe, I told you would enjoy what I was going to say. Matter of fact, before I do that, we have a guest backstage. Fellas, y'all have seen him in the comments. Mr. Red from the Red and Rev podcast will come join us and talk about these Atlanta Falcons. Mr. Red, welcome to the show. Now, I'm going to tell you this real quick. As I know you've seen, I am the resident Cowboys fan here on the show. And I give a lot of hate to these Atlanta Falcons. I give a lot of hate from my Defund the Falcons t-shirt to always giving Abe his theme song whenever we talk about him. But
you can say that one for yourself.
But, hey player, unless you sniff the playoffs, I don't want to hear it.
Hey,
I'm gonna say all of this right here. Abe, until the start of the season, you will not see me in my Defund the Falcons shirt.
Okay.
You won't see me in it because I think that the Falcons just won free agency.
Okay, so fun fact here. This gentleman below me and Coach A, we all played football together at Mays High School. We have shed blood, grass stains, and everything, and fussed and argued. Joan did all this, so we've been around each other, known each other for over a 20-year period. So that's the fun fact there. But go ahead, Mr. Moderator. You got it. Go ahead, Jeff.
All right. So the Atlanta Falcons have signed Kirk Cousins to a 4-year, $180 million contract with $90 million guaranteed. Who else but the man that's already got his grill? He's already got his chains. All he needs is one of them hats that's sitting right up on D's head to be cocked to the side like that, and he's an Atlanta native. I think Kirk Cousins is the man y'all needed. Abe, you always hear me say it. There's what the Falcons need to do, and there's what they're going to do. I think they did what they needed to do. I applaud them. I'm actually excited for this next chapter of the Atlanta Falcons.
Mark this. Let's pin this show. Because that's the first time I've heard him say some foolishness like this. Pin this show. I don't believe the shit. He running down. As the young folks say, that's cap. He's capping, and I know he's capping. That's what the young folks say. But hey, man, this is one of the biggest dominoes to fall today. I did not expect it. I didn't want it for the whole team. But hey, my opinion is interesting because Falcons need a quarterback. We all here in this four square can address that they needed a quarterback. They was a couple of wins away from going to the playoffs because of the quarterback play. We can all agree to that, right or wrong. But the money aspect, the Falcons just got out of a salary cap situation with Matt Ryan, Julio, and others. You put your money into a 36-year-old quarterback coming off an Achilles injury. Don't get me wrong. Good quarterback, field general, whatever you want to call him. But he's won one playoff game in 12 years. Now, Do you think between you two Falcons fans, this is the most talented team he's played with, or the team he left in Minnesota the most talented? Because Washington wasn't that much talent there. He was just overachieving and doing. He's a stat boy. He will put up the stats. I'm gonna leave it to y'all. But my opinion is you will win your division. He's arguably the best quarterback in the division. He will be for the next 4 years if he play out the whole contract. Y'all have already penciled in my opinion, to win 12 games. You go 12-5 and win y'all division. That's me. That's my spiel. That's all I can say. Barring injury, that Achilles is very touchy to me. Very touchy. But I'll let y'all two have it.
And that injury is on his plant foot. I'm glad you pointed that out earlier, D.
Yes.
Mr. Red.
Okay. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, barring injury, I mean, if Kurt stay healthy the next 2 seasons, Derek, what you said sound pretty accurate. I mean, like I say, he won my first option. Anyway, my first option was to probably sign Russ to a cheap 1-year deal, bring Sierra back home, and probably trade up and go after one of the young quarterbacks. But obviously, the Falcons brass and old Red must have disagreed on a few things. So they decided to go their way, the Kirk Cousins way. All right, well, as a Falcon fan, you know, it is what it is. But to answer your question, yeah, I mean, we definitely have arguably the best quarterback in the division. You know, you want to compare him to Baker Mayfield, arguably it's a debate or whatnot. I definitely plan to win the NFC South. Between 10 and 12 game wins, that seems about sufficient. You know, Kirk Cousins gonna have a few games where he come out and play like crap, you know. And oh Lord, please. Well, now that we got Kirk Cousins, no Monday Night Football games. Oh man, what's his record on Monday night? Oh, and whatever. Just have all the games like this year. All the games was at 1 o'clock. Let's keep it like that. Let's keep it like that as long as Kirk here. All the games at 1 o'clock. If all his games at 1 o'clock, I guarantee you will make the playoffs.
He's 3-10 on Monday Night Football.
3-10.
But that being said,
go ahead, Red.
I expect us not so sure. The NFC is not like the AFC, so it's gonna be wide open for most of these years. So hey, if we make playoffs, I expect us to make a run.
Coach.
Yeah, man. Like Red said, it wasn't the first option for me either, because y'all know I was wanting to go up and get Jay Daniels as well, you know. And Russ was probably my pick too before Kurt, just because of the money. You feel what I'm saying? So I think that might be the only gripe I have in this situation. What I will say is he's 100 times better than what we had back there last season with Ritter and Heineke combined. He's better, even coming off this injury. So if he's fully healthy, I expect him to be better than Dez or Heineke. You feel what I'm saying? And he just come from playing with the best receiver in the game, arguably. Tyreek or Justin Jefferson, Chase, whoever you want to argue. I feel like don't get mad at me. I ain't say CD Kill, but I do feel like Justin Jefferson, you know, is a top 3 receiver in this league, and he probably not third. Well, he might be third. I might like Devontae. Well, we can talk about that all day because it's so opinionated. But he had a good offense with the tight end, Hawkinson, I believe, Dalvin Cook. He's had some guys. I will say that this offense still might be, with the addition of maybe 1 or 2 more receivers, probably the best one Curtis had. You know, just all around being young, 2 backs, Pitts and Drake, 2 viable options to throw to, add in some more people. So, you know, and we had a top 8 offensive line in the league. So we was able to block. I think a lot of them games, like D said, came down to quarterback play, a fumble here and there.
Here and there. That was the killer.
An interception here and there, you know. So it was a lot of bad QB play, especially by Ritter and even by Heineke as well. But what could you expect from Heineke? He's like really a backup. So I'm happy we just got better at the position. You know, even though we did come out of Cap Hill just a few years back, we in good standing now, and I feel like we still in good shape to sign some people. We did have to let a few people go, but I feel like, you know, with the draft being so deep, the trading for Fields and losing draft capital probably just wasn't what they wanted to do. It's what I want. It's one of the options I would have taken before Kirk Cousins, like I said, just because of the money. But you're eventually gonna have to pay Justin. And the only counter thing about Justin is you probably would have had him longer. You were able to sign him to maybe another deal after that.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, as far as just really just drop back, throwing the ball in the pocket and what our offense needs, I like Kirk, man. Before he got hurt, I know he was probably leading the league in yards and touchdowns.
He was in the top.
Yeah, exactly. I do like the dimension that Justin Fields would bring our offense. But you know, at this point, I can't cry over spilled milk. I can't be, you know, mad at it. I just feel like we definitely got better at the position. You know, even with it not being who exactly I wanted, but we did. So I feel like we just gonna be better because, like I said, man, we're Kirk Cousins or Justin Fields away from making the playoffs. You know, Tampa won the damn division at 8-9, 9-8, whatever they record was. Mm-hmm. So it's I don't want to be mad at it because who knows what it can turn into. You feel what I'm saying? You jump the gun to be negative Ned, and you right on the bandwagon when they damn winning. You see what I'm saying? So I'm a glass half full kind of guy. I just want to see what happens before I talk about it badly if that's the case after the season. You see what I'm saying? Because you can't do nothing but just see what happens. You never know injuries for other teams, not just your team. So a lot of it just plays into it. And no matter how good of a quarterback you have, it's still got to be 11 good people out there. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, and like I was explaining to one of my coworkers, I just saw damn Baker Mayfield beat the Eagles.
3 years.
Now, who thought he was going to come in there where it was a home game for him? But nobody, well, I think Eagle haters like Kev, they but like in his mind, didn't think that Tampa was gonna do that, you know. And I'm gonna get on you, Kev. We just saw Jordan Love go down there and beat them. You see what I'm saying? So like it's all about being put in the right situation and just see what happened, bro. But you know, it's an 11-man sport. You gotta have 11 out there, and I'm just excited for the new chapter and to see what happened. New coach, new quarterback, new offense. So let's just see. It can only get better, I feel like.
Well, Abe, let me ask you this, because I was going to ask, I wanted to hear Red's opinion on this too while we wait for him. What do you think that Atlanta has that hang on, let me get him back in here. All right, Red, I was just about to ask a question. What do you think Atlanta has that is going to be more helpful to Kirk Cousins that Minnesota didn't have? Because we know they had receivers. They had a decent defense. So what do you think that the Falcons either have or have the ability to go get that is going to put Kirk Cousins in that next tier?
Go ahead.
And D, if you got an answer for that, you can.
Well, number one, the division that the Falcons in compared to the NFC North is a little more easier sledding for them. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? You basically got a rookie quarterback still in Carolina. They don't know which way it's up. You got your rival in the Saints that now, arguably, the Falcons have a better roster and a better quarterback. So you will probably win those two games, even though it's a rivalry game. The question is what you gonna do with Tampa Bay? Tampa Bay kept some of their skill position players, and they bring back a quarterback. The only quarterback in the division that I say is entrenched as the starting quarterback. But he has easy sledding, and if you look at it, just like we said with the coaching carousel that was going on, the Falcons roster is a better roster fit than what Minnesota has outside of Jefferson. That's just my opinion. Because they didn't have a running game. They let Dalvin Cook go. They just cut Madison. They signed the players on the defense. They did have an aging defense and so forth and so on. So you can think about it. He made the right choice for him.
I got it. Hang on.
So that's me. But y'all, yeah, you got it.
So, Rand, what do you think about that? What does Atlanta have that Minnesota didn't?
Let's see. Well, you probably like Bijan a little better than their running game. As far as Justin, compare Justin to Drake, I get Justin the edge over Drake right now. But hey, I mean, with Cousins coming, Drake's game definitely is going to improve now because he ain't had 1,000. He's been right there on the edge of 1,000-yard season the last 2 seasons. With a quarterback like Cousins, he'll get over that easy. With a quarterback like Cousins and an offensive coordinator like Zach Robinson, he'll get over that easy. So Drake's game is definitely going to improve. Bijan's game is going to take a little pressure off of Cousins. The defense is pretty solid. You got Kyle Pitts. I'm not sure exactly how Pitts is going to fit in the Zach Robinson offense, but if Robinson's any kind of OC, I'm pretty sure he's a better OC than Arthur Smith. He'll find some catches for Pitts. So I think Cousins got some weapons over here. I think in Minnesota, all he had was Justin Jefferson and a few solid pieces. Over here, I think he got a few more above average pieces than he did in Minnesota.
I agree with that. I think, Desmond Ridder, he couldn't throw a damn temper tantrum. So, I mean, when it came to the snaps, he couldn't catch a damn cold. There wasn't really much you could do with that. If they got a guy who can get the ball out to the players, I think Kirk Cousins is going to be that guy who can get the ball in the playmakers' hands.
Of course.
What you got?
You like that, D?
I definitely agree with Red. Addison, Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, they might have been the only 3 weapons legit that Kurt has had since he's been over there. He had Hawkinson at tight end for a few years, but all of Kurt's successful years where he threw for the high 4,000s, he had a good run game. You see what I'm saying? Whether it was Dalvin, whether it was whoever else. And I think with the 2 backs we have, with the addition of another, I feel like because we let CP go and he really run the running back anyway. But I think we need to get one more running back just to keep that offense balanced. And like I said, Kurt's best years is when he had a good running game behind him. We can run the play action, the zone stretch play action, and it's a Shanahan McVay type of offense. So I just want to see, Kurt is definitely comfortable in that. He's played in it. So I just want to see how he acclimates to it and what we're trying to do. But I believe, like I said, man, even with Kurt last year, bro, we win 3 more games. We win a division, hosting a playoff game, So it's it's just a little tedious, little stuff behind at that position, and it's one of the, if not the hardest position to play in sports, just period. You feel what I'm saying? So you have to get it right somewhat, and if you don't, you definitely got to have pieces around it to cover that up. You see what I'm saying? So, but I definitely think that he got a better plethora of weapons, in totality over here versus when he was at Minnesota.
Now, I do got a question for both of you guys too that I want to ask. You have your quarterback in place. Now, do you wait in the later rounds and draft your quarterback still to let him sit and learn? Because like you say, you might 2-3 years with this contract. We know it's 4, but you don't want to be in the same predicament, i.e., with Matt Ryan, when you were searching for a quarterback 2 years after remove the Matt Ryan, and you're doing the same thing. That's why a lot of Falcon fans wanted a Justin Fields, or you move up and draft a Caleb Williams or one of these players. In y'all opinion, what do you think you guys should do now moving forward? You know what I'm saying? Because like me and you spoke on it, I said, okay, you got your quarterback. I think the Falcons need somebody to open up the offense, take somebody over the top. Drake could do all the dirty work. You need to figure out what you're doing with number 8 and get him involved. And you might can open up this offense. But Red, we'll let you go with that and Abe will finish it off with what we got.
Well, now that we went ahead and invested $100 million in Kirk Cousins, you can't take one of the first round quarterbacks now. My Abe, I think you may have saw where I posted this. My thing is that now you take Dallas Turner with the 8th pick, and hey, if Penix Jr. is there in round 2 at 43, well, there you go. I mean, he ain't a first round pick. He definitely should be valuable in the second round at that pick. And if it ain't Penix Jr., then probably the next highest rated quarterback. But you definitely can't rest with Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is a bridge to the next franchise quarterback. Kirk Cousins is just, we trying to see if we can get us a quick little championship in the next year or two while he still got some time left and we still got some pieces to build around. But he is not the next franchise quarterback. So, no, we still are looking for the next franchise QB. So, no, we still looking.
Red, you know who y'all are going to draft?
Who?
Hey, who they going to draft?
Don't say it.
Who they going to draft? He knows who I'm going to say.
Who? Bo Nix.
The Rat?
No.
The Rat.
He wants Spencer Rattler. If he wants
Spencer Rattler will be a Falcon.
Man, well, hey, you know what? Spencer Rattler sitting a couple of years behind Kirk with Zach Robinson as the coach. I mean, it may not have been as bad as.
I think he would be a good fit. He'd be good in the system.
Did he suck at the combine? I heard he didn't have
he had a great combine.
Oh, he did?
He was one of the highest rated QBs at the combine.
Okay.
The combine is just, it's a dog and pony show. But I don't remember who said it, but they basically said the combine doesn't mean you can play football.
Shit.
That's true. I can't.
Shit. What you got?
But whoever we take probably ain't gonna play. Like I say, if it's Penix Jr., if it's Rattler, hey, that's better than a third round Riddler or Desmond Riddler.
What about you? What about Bo Nix? Y'all want Bo Nix?
They don't want no goddamn Bo Nix.
He's too old, man. He runs
from the SEC. We take it. Look, ain't nobody playing in the South that ran from the SEC.
Right. We chased them all the way to Oregon. Now I don't want them to support them.
All right, well, fellas, man, we had some other big news drop out of this free agency today. You know what? One that I just saw, the Washington Football Club has agreed to a 2-year deal with Austin Eckler.
He's running back.
I thought that was a big move.
I mean, this is a big move. They got $90 million in cap room. They gave him. They got $90 million in cap room. They gave him a 2-year deal worth $11 million. They still don't have a quarterback either.
You're right.
But as we see, when we see these moves getting made, some of these players are going to rosters because some of the OCs and head coaches are coming from the team they were on. So some of these deals that are getting made are friendly handshake deals.
Mm-hmm.
So some of these players can implement the offense or whatever type of culture they want to bring to the team. But that's what sometimes happens. Austin Eckler been trying to get paid for the last 3 years. He's been trying to get paid. I don't know. The Chargers been trying to run him out of town for the last 3 years, and finally they just said you can go. But for them, you know, hey, the Commanders got a lot of money and got a lot of draft capital also. So it's interesting how they will move forward with the money they have.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think that the Chargers end up signing Gus Johnson, if I'm not mistaken. And I also be on the lookout for them to draft Corum, the running back out of Michigan. I like Harbaugh getting his boy back.
Yeah.
So, but I do, man. It's just so crazy. I saw that the Saints linebacker, he redid his deal. It's just a lot of stuff going on, man. And I definitely don't understand Philly's logic. Now I just want to speak on this. You had Swift last year. All right. You really he started off like all aware of that. I think that first game, you would have figured their offense was gonna be running pass, 500 total yards a game type shit. So, but it seemed like they kind of went away from that and just started throwing the ball too much, in my opinion. And I get it, you got your receivers out there, but I think just back to, like I've said on the shows past, like Philly football is not all of the pretty throwing around the yard. It's good defense. We're gonna run the ball, play smash our defense. So I feel like they went away from that. I do want to see how they go back to the run game, adding Saquon, letting Swift
Not with
go.
Kellen Moore.
And that's what I told D. I told D that Kellen Moore is a pass happy OC. Now, like I said, they might get him in there and say, hey, bro, 60-40 run pass. You see what I'm saying? But I know that Kellen Moore who was a quarterback himself in college, and I don't know if he went to the league or not, but he's a pass happy OC, man. So
he played at Dallas.
I just want to see how that translates. I did see that the kid from the Dolphins, Wilkins, he got a big deal with Vegas.
Yep.
That's
Josh Jacobs signed
with Green Bay.
Yeah.
He signed with Green Bay.
And they're letting Aaron Jones go.
Yeah, I didn't like that. But they might have felt like he was a little younger. I think Aaron Jones played his whole 7 or 8 year career with Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure that was kind of tough. I'm sure he probably could have gave it one more deal and retired there. But
bring his ass to Dallas after what he did to us.
I can see that.
After what he did to us, it makes no sense not to.
And
D, let me hear your opinion on this.
McCarthy drafted.
Mm-hmm.
So
that way he's gonna go too, Rob.
Well, look, cut the music. First of all, I was upset when I seen this come across my screen because people at work sending me text messages. Swift didn't sign with the Bears. And I just was like, oh, Lord, what the hell is going on? Because Howard Roseman is not known to pay the running back position. Mm-hmm. And later on, as the Falcons got their big old cookie, I see Saquon come across my screen. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. We basically gave away a promo running back in his first year with the Eagles, 1,000-yard rusher. You stopped giving him the ball, running the ball. That would have probably helped out what we had going on there with the dysfunction on the team. You let him walk, and you go get Saquon. Now, in the last game, Saquon had 97 yards, 2 touchdowns, arguably beat the damn Eagles by itself. Do you take a piece away from your rival in the division? Yes, you do. But he needs to stay healthy. He's had a major injury issues. He's had nicks every year where he's sitting down for a game or two. So and you pay him this money, this guaranteed. Now maybe coming back to Pennsylvania where he played Penn State and all so forth, he might be wanting to play. And the Eagles got other players, Gainwell, Boston Scott, that might can give him a spiel here and there. I would have kept Swift, and I'm just because he went to Georgia. That's just me. He's younger. That's just me. Thought he fit the team and the city and the culture a little bit better. But hey, that's me. Ray, what you think?
I'm surprised. Look at all these running backs. I mean, what a difference a year made. All these running backs getting their money this year. Last year, you couldn't find a team that was giving the running backs some money. Maybe 1 year. Hell, someone wasn't even giving them a whole year. Maybe a half a season. Maybe a few games we'll sign you. But now, you don't got Swift don't got signed. What, 2 or 3 year deal? Saquon don't got a 3-year deal. My man Austin don't got signed. I mean, this is the off season for running backs. Man, all the running backs that were crying last season, I bet they saying, man, I wish I was a free agent this season. It's time to get paid. I take it back. Bijan, you might get a second deal, man. Wait, he running back getting paid. I was thinking like after 4 or 5 years, that's it. Time to recycle them. But man, some of these guys gonna get 10 years active in the NFL with the way these running back contracts getting put out today.
Yeah, Tony Pollard got a deal.
Right. There's a Tony Pollard got a 3-year deal from Tennessee.
Josh Jacobs got his deal. Man. So yeah, man,
I guess they're trying to get back to the running game now.
And like you said, these running backs today,
you gonna need 2 good ones though.
But as you said today, these running backs that are getting let loose, these are Pro Bowl running backs. King Henry doesn't even have a job yet. Well, yeah. You see what I'm saying? King Henry doesn't have a job, and I thought Cam get his butt back in here. The Cowboys ain't got no money. That's why they ain't signed nobody. They got $2.2 million under the cap. That's why they moving stuff around. So he didn't got off the screen, but he'll get back in here. But it's a lot of moving parts. Now Aaron Jones is out there. Aaron Jones gonna have to find a home.
I think the Cowboys will pick him up now. Sure. Like I say, McCarthy, he fit McCarthy's system.
Probably so, but they still in the Cowboys situation. They need a bruiser to get in that end zone down there. So is he that guy?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, is he that guy?
Yeah, I mean, they just let Pollard go, and Pollard and Jones kind of similar. So
yeah, so you have a lot of moving. You have a lot of moving parts. So I mean, it's interesting. Me and Abe were talking behind the scenes. Ray, if you think about this, we think King Henry gonna end up in Baltimore. What's your take on that?
Hey, that would be a decent pickup for them. I mean, any team he go to that's a championship contender, it ain't all gonna be on him. So to have him up there and then all the care is not gonna be on him anyway. Yeah, that'll be great. That'd be great if he can get up there.
Now, along with this free agency, let's talk about Sierra and Russell Wilson going to Pittsburgh. How do y'all feel about this? My opinion, to go back, I thought the Falcons would bring Russell in with the contract, a good friendly contract, and build and get another quarterback professionally. Now he's on a team with Mike Tomlin, a franchise that is structured. Will he be able to compete in that division with Lamar and Joe Burrow and Massage Watson? How would this work out in y'all opinion?
I think Russ gonna be okay. I mean, at least for the next year until anybody playing on free money like that. I think Russ looks at it like this might be my last opportunity. Besides this $38 million, might be my last opportunity to get another payday before I start talking about retirement. But who else? If Russ goes in here and shits the bed, who else is going to want to sign him? If Russ shits the bed in Pittsburgh, he retires. If not, I think we'll see him for another 3 to 4 years on probably $150 million contract. And it could be more because he has a Super Bowl ring. He's been to 2. But, Abe, what you got?
Man, I don't know. I mean, I don't. Pittsburgh is very structured, so I don't think like he won't be the lead voice there. You see what I'm saying? It'll be definitely a different scenario for Russ. How he adapt to it, I don't know. But I definitely feel like he's good enough with a good run game, and he got 2 backs. He got a tight end. He got the Georgia boy out there at wide out. So he can just not lose games for him. You know, they ain't gonna come out there and ask him to throw for 350. They might ask him to throw for 250 though. With a good run game. So I think they're gonna lean, especially with Arthur being there, they're gonna lean heavy on that. I think Arthur's learned his lesson about trying to have these passing offense and throwing quarterbacks. So I think
hang on, I gotta stop you on that, Abe. We're talking about Russell Wilson versus Mitch Trubisky.
Well, I think Abe is comparing Arthur with Ritter here down in Atlanta. Compared to now, he has arguably a Pro Bowl, Super Bowl quarterback at his disposal that can actually talk back.
He can lean on a little bit more.
But he actually can talk back. But Ritter was just
there's no one
taking it all.
Yes, man.
Yeah, exactly. So I definitely feel like that'll help for Pittsburgh, and Tomlin will keep that ship going. At worst, they'll win their 10 games, maybe get a wild card spot. Their defense keep them in a lot of games. Even with Watt going down at the end, they still, I feel like they still made the postseason. If I think so. So
Steelers made the wild card. They had to play the Bills.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I'll dock you pay later.
Tomlin gonna have that. Tomlin gonna run a tight ship. With that division out there, it's tough, man, because Baltimore's gonna be Baltimore. Cleveland's, they. I want to see how they come out with Flacco leaving and you getting back to massage.
And they traded Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett went to the Patriots.
Exactly. Then you have
play with that team.
You have Cincy with
He'll play with like every other year he back with the Patriots.
It's fact.
But I think from the standpoint, who's gonna if Massage gets hurt again, who's gonna step in?
Well, wait a minute.
They got Dorian Thompson-Robinson from UCLA.
Yeah, and not only that, they got Judy. They got Judy also. So Jared Judy is going over there and wide receiver with your old wide receiver, your boy down there. So we got 2 Alabama receivers on the outside to see what. And depending on what Chubb gonna come back, I don't think he's gonna be all the way healthy, ready to go. But if they keep Hunt,
he gone. Yeah. I think he gone.
Well, he gone too. So
Browns will probably draft another running back. If we talking about Cleveland, they'll draft another running back this year. You can't put it all on Chubb coming back from an injury. And Hunt, I'm not even sure. I thought he probably a free agent this year. So he come back in that. Yeah, Cleveland will be ready if Chubb is not there. They probably draft 2 running backs. But
I do think that division will be the most physical division that we will see this year again. and with probably 3 teams coming out for a playoff position, of course.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion.
If you got a healthy Burrow,
AFC West gonna be tough too. Now.
Well, let me say this. I think that the only piece that Pittsburgh was really missing this past year was that quarterback. Their defense, they were winning games. I look at Pittsburgh like they're the winning version of the Falcons. You know, the Falcons in a 17-13 game.
But they'll win
in a 17,
I can see
and they'll lose that.
The
The Steelers all year long, they were in those 17-13 games, but their defense would hold and they would squeak out and win it.
Agreed.
Well, now our defense hell, our offense just didn't do shit when our defense held.
Y'all's defense holds until the last drive of the game.
But sometimes the defense.
See, y'all actually got a quarterback that can make. Y'all got quarterbacks that can make at least 1 or 2 plays a game. Desmond Ritter, Heineken, them niggas couldn't make no plays we needed to. None, no clutch plays at all. What you looking like? How many clutch plays they made?
No, that's not what I'm making the eyes for. That's not what I'm making the eyes for. You are absolutely right. But that's why I'm not making the eyes. But I totally agree with you. The defense did put the Falcons in situations to win, and the quarterback play that cost you a lot in certain situations. Now in a one game that some of our listeners, we went back and forth, that Carolina game when y'all went up there and the defense let them going a 95-yard drive. So I'm just, you guys, it's a give and take thing here because the defense did their job. But that was a game you needed, and your defense let you down. I'm just speaking facts here.
How many points did we score in that game? I thought it was like a 10-9 game.
I thought it was 10-12 was the final.
No, it was like a baseball score.
3-9.
Baseball score.
Yeah.
It was either 9.
They say that stadium was so empty. They say you can sit anywhere you wanted to in the stadium that day, man.
Red, I looked it up. The tickets for that game were 45 cents.
Yeah.
They weren't even charging $1 to get in. You get 2 quarters and you get change back.
Here go $5. Give me about 20 seats on the 50 yard
line. I need a section. At that point, yeah, I'm buying a section. We need some bottle service.
Leave the Falcons alone. Y'all leave the Falcons alone.
Carolina right now.
But I wanna put this down, and I think what Red said earlier about the primetime games. Y'all got 3 major games on your schedule here. I'm telling you now, either that Kansas City game gonna be a Sunday night game or a 4 o'clock game, and them damn Cowboys coming in. So just be mindful. You got the Cowboys coming, and they gonna want, for some odd reason, Kirk Cousins finds a way to whoop the Cowboys' ass. So,
okay.
So that might be one of your games.
We coming for you,
I'll be there. When I'm in the building, we don't lose.
I don't want to hear that, man. That's what they all say, man.
We ain't never lost a game that I've been to. Let me tell you that.
Oh, I'm gonna get tickets for that game, and we ain't lost a game I've been to recently.
Well, hey, real quick, these damn Cowboys.
Yes, we did. And want to talk about his Green Bay Packers. Yeah, we did.
Hey, ain't that the game that Claiborne got them 6 sacks in against the Cowboys?
Here we go.
He put Dak on his back like 8 times.
And y'all still lost?
Hey, we still lost that game.
Not gonna lose that game.
Yeah.
When was it lose that game, sir?
When was this?
When Claiborne got all them damn sacks against when he was whooping
I think we won that game.
Yeah.
We won that game.
I do not recall.
I bet you don't. Go ahead.
But I've got a problem with these damn Cowboys right now.
You should.
What? Excuse my language, D. Why ain't we done a fucking thing yet?
You only have $2.2 million under the cap. Again, you in a situation. You got to figure out what you're going. Dak is getting a bulk of your money. You got rid of Zeke, but you still paying him some money. You had to let Tony Pollard go. You basically did mortgage your future like another franchise did to get a Super Bowl. You have come up short the last 4-5 years, and you have a window, sir.
He's saying it was so much emotion.
We ain't done a damn thing.
But I'm saying you don't have it. You don't have it, and you better get it together because
they signing all these players to these big contracts. That check come due soon, man. You can't keep paying all these players and not winning.
You better figure it out because you got CD, you got Parsons, you got baby brother over there coming off of ACL injury. What you gonna do with him? This just your young players. You gotta figure out if Trey Lance your next quarterback. The devil is coming to play. If you don't got to figure out what to do with it.
They're gonna have to sign Dak. They're gonna give Dak some more money just to give him some cap space. That ain't what Jerry want to do.
I don't think it is either. I don't think it's what he wants to do.
He gonna have to. You ain't gonna be able to sign nobody.
We can't get no. I mean, we gonna miss out. We gonna miss out on all the time. We need a running back. I mean, hell, we just let Tony Pollard go to the Titans. We gonna miss out on everybody.
You don't have it, sir.
Jared, this is what I heard. Jared said he gonna let Dak play that $60 million cap hit out. So you right, y'all ain't gonna have no money this year because Jerry ain't gonna resign him.
So if that's the deal, he gonna go through the draft, get the minimum of what he can get in the draft. Jerry's mindset is this, Kev, and it's sad to say. He think in his mind that people just want to come play for the Cowboys. Oh, they're America's team. They got this mindset. You come play for us, you'll get all the stuff off the field and all this. These people want to get paid. And that's the bottom line. They want to get paid. Your window is closing, sir.
Money. Give me my money.
Your window is closing. You have a defensive situation with no linebackers that you got to address and all that. And what you say, hey, that got what?
No trade, no tag. Clause in this deal.
Yep.
So you got to or let him go.
So that's a problem right there.
Hey, you say we play them this year? Yeah, bring them jokers on. Yeah, bring that. That's a win right there.
So y'all are injury away from going, something 9-7-10. You never know.
And wait a minute, and CD gonna be unhappy this year because he ain't got paid. Parsons ain't got paid. Them guys gonna be unhappy this year. So you ain't gonna have all the chemistry you had. So
I feel like CD gonna. I feel like CD gonna. As long as Dak healthy, CD will
be okay. I ain't worried about Lamb. I ain't worried about Micah. What I'm worried about is we just lost one of our best rushers to the Commanders, Dorrance Armstrong. What I'm worried about is we're going to let so many people go that by the time that it comes to where we got to say, okay, let's go get some players, ain't nobody going to be left. I mean, hell, Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones, Austin Eckler, Saquon Barkley, Swift. I mean, how many damn running backs do we have to let go? Even I remember we were talking about it when the playoffs came around and Dalvin Cook came open. And all week, Jerry's sitting there going, yeah, we're kind of interested. And then they do a fucking thing. You let him go to the Ravens where they used him 3 times.
You can give us a couple of trade picks. You can have Tyler Algier if you want. You gotta give us a couple of trade picks.
You're talking about we do well in the draft. There's one thing you can say to Jerry Jones. Is he does draft well. He knows how to draft. Out of the last couple of years, we've maybe had 2 busts. One was Mozzie Smith this past year because he's just a little small this year. He'll put some weight on. And the other one was Taco Charlton, 5 like 6-7 years ago, who just panned out to be nothing.
Would you say he know how to draft, or some of those players overachieved in the situation they was in? Because nobody thought Diggs was gonna get all them interceptions and all that, which we told you he get an interception, but he's a gunner for the up and out.
Yeah, the ones that he missed were going for a touchdown.
Yeah, the slant and go. He's looking in the backfield.
But you can say that for almost any player. They took their opportunity that they were given and made something shake.
Okay.
I like Bland. I think Bland a better cornerback than Diggs, personally.
See?
I don't disagree with it. But because there's another problem. Now, Stephon Gilmore had a pretty good year. I mean, it wasn't anything spectacular, but he had a pretty good year. And he wants to stay in Dallas.
They're not going to keep him.
But I tell you, we can get him, though. We can show use him.
y'all know, it ain't going to happen, Kim. It's over.
Hey,
y'all ain't
fellas, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this here segment. Red, man, we appreciate you coming on, dog. Shout out your show. Let them know where to find you.
Y'all know where I'm at. It's besides Facebook and my IG page, Red and Rail Sports Show Saturdays mornings, 11 a.m. Facebook page, YouTube. Y'all know where to find me at. Like you say, been knowing my boys Derek and Abe since we go all the way back to middle and high school, I think.
Yes,
y'all went to Southwest, right? Yeah. So
yes, sir. Yes.
Local ATL boys, and nice to meet you, Kev. Like I say, you boys got a good show. I listen to you most of the time. I'm usually at work with you guys on, but I was out tonight, so I said take the advantage of make my little guest appearance if you guys will have me.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you, man. We'll definitely get you back in here as we get closer to the season. We start seeing where the Falcons fall through the cracks. I mean, just what else they do.
I know we're gonna be ready for them Cowboys. I know that. Y'all playing with Dak on a $60 million cap hit. Y'all gonna be woo. Y'all gonna be.
You know what?
Y'all ain't gonna be expecting no errors.
What happened last time Dallas came to Atlanta, Abe?
Oh my God! Here we go.
Didn't y'all lose with 2 seconds left in the game? We came back 17 points in a minute and a half or something.
Dan Quinn had
You talking about down in Dallas when it was COVID and the damn big onside kick?
No, I'm talking about here in Atlanta. I'm talking about here in Atlanta. It was 27-29 with about 7 seconds left on the clock. Dallas had just scored a touchdown, and somehow they let us recover the onside kick.
Oh, yeah, I remember that game. Oh, my God. Yeah, I remember that game. Now, thanks for the reminder.
Well, there you go.
Matter of fact, it wasn't last year. It was 2 years ago. Oh.
That was like 2 or 3 years ago, yeah.
We had Quinn in.
Oh, it was Quinn? I thought it was Arthur.
No, it was Quinn's last year. It was Quinn's last year, so it was like 4 years ago. I think we play every 4 years.
You're right. We do play every 4 years.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, Mr. Red, again, we appreciate you, dog. Stay safe out there. Y'all can catch him Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. on the Red and Rev podcast.
Appreciate you having me, fellas. I'll holler at y'all boys later.
Absolutely, big dog.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now
let's get to this mess.
This mess. Absolutely. The South Carolina Gamecocks, the Lady Cocks, are your SEC champions. Following the almost end of the game, a brawl broke out that resulted in 6 players being ejected, and both benches had to be cleared. So the only people who could finish this game were the 10 ladies on the court. Bunch of foolishness happened. LSU number 4 got into some words with a South Carolina player, and that is when another South Carolina player came and laid her ass out. for lack of better words, D. I don't know what you would call that, but she laid her ass out. Anytime your feet go above your head as you're falling to the ground, you gotta lay the hell out.
Listen,
I would say this before I let y'all go. I don't 100% take anything away from South Carolina. 2 reasons. One, the way that Dawn Staley handled it after the game, what she said to the press, that was good. And 2, this was a high stakes, high emotion game, a rematch from last year, or LSU thought. South Carolina's won the last 2 against LSU, including this season. I ain't mad at what happened, because in that situation, when the emotion is so high, you want to come in there running your mouth. You want to come pushing other players and starting some shit. Hey, man, they gonna finish it. But I didn't like the comment. If it had been Reese, you wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
Because also the girl who got pushed, her brother jumped from the stands down onto the court. So I'm just saying it was a mess. It was an absolute mess.
Keep going.
Hey, what you got? Go
ahead.
So, fun fact in the history of these 2 teams, LSU 0-8 versus South Carolina. Number one, 0-8. If anybody doesn't know that hasn't watched LSU has been the bullies on the block toward everybody else they play against. If you go back and look at some of his highlights for this jumped off, Angel Reese was doing a lot of dirty stuff to that girl, back and forth, pulling hair, doing some Draymond-ish type activity, if you want to say. We're gonna get Lady Rev, Miss Debbie back on here to discuss this, because these girl games get a little more violent to me, a little more physical than some of the male games that we see, the men's basketball games, and there was a lot of stuff going on. Tensions are high. LSU wants to beat them so bad. If you watch an LSU game, they do a lot of talking. They all really talented. And if you don't know, they are a transfer portal team. Also, where you have Dawn Staley's team, she keeps retooling. She keeps retooling. This team has changed every 2 years. It's a different type team. Same philosophy, but the team can play with anybody. You understand? And it comes down to what Skip used to say, coaching. She spoke after the game like no other coach I've ever seen, with dignity. She apologized not just for LSU, not for just a team, for everybody, because you put a black eye on the sport when you do things like that. And to the young man that jumped over the thing, what you doing, sir? You coming to fight the girls? Let them handle it now. Everybody knows in sports, you can say whatever you want to say. You hit my quarterback and I'm an offensive tackle, I'm coming over to handle that business. I'm bigger than what you are, because I'm supposed to protect that player. Everybody knows a brother/sisterhood on these teams. You're not going to do something to my player. I don't care how big, how tall, whatever. And for that coach, for LSU, she won games. She's arguably a great basketball coach too. But to speak what you said, they say, I wish it was Angel Reese. So what are you promoting? I must say, you want the black girls to fight on the court, and then that's another black guy? Or anybody ask you, what if Dawn Staley would have made that statement? Because a couple of years back, UConn coach made the comment and called them bullies. Am I right or wrong? He called South Carolina team bullies. It made me start watching them like they just playing physical basketball. And you just mad because your team like the finesse and they didn't figure out a way to stop you. And she's owning, Dawn Staley arguably is owning basketball. They didn't win last year, but hey, they 32-0.
Yeah, can't argue with that.
Go ahead.
It got to be something in the water down there in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, period, bro. Because they just got this aggression, and you know, I get it. It's heated in the moment, but Angel Reese, they showed the little clips of her and old girl going at it. How she got the intentional foul when she hit old girl in the face. I think what LSU is doing is focusing too much more on the rah-rah versus actually playing and focusing on the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because what happens is, like Vincent is saying, they get emotional because they can't beat them. They owe and whatever, and they lose. They cool, you know. And it starts from the top because excuse me, that comment that their coach made. That's why they play like that. You know, that's why they that's why they had the actions, the extra hits after that, and you know, it's really uncalled for, just like that statement she made was. But
you talking about the LSU coach?
Yes. Go ahead.
Her
Kevin.
post game interview. I was just gonna say her post game interview where they talked about it was what pissed me off the most.
Yeah,
it's almost like the whole game they poking that sleeping bear. They just poking at you. And then when you wake up and bite their ass, they lose. I think Abe just said the best thing he could have said. They focus more on the rah-rah than the actual game. We gonna go in here, we gonna get inside your mind and mess you up mentally to make you start making mistakes on the court. But when a team is disciplined as South Carolina, you can't do that.
No. And trash talking, like they do, trash talking goes with all sports, but they just do it too much. And you can tell the coaching aspect. Don Staley, hey, we're going on. When they played them at LSU earlier this year, hostile environment. So far, they tried to pull Don Staley into it after the game, after they beat them. And how you feel about the hostile environment? This, that, and the third. And she came back with one of the greatest quotes ever, Kev. Oh, they was calling me boo. They was booing her, but she said, oh, they were just calling me boo. Got shirts made of it. So she used their negativity against them. You see what I'm saying? And if you look back at the different angles, you can see Don Staley throwing up signs, getting them down. She gave her team an earful. You see what I'm saying? You got 2 minutes left in the game. This is when you have teams players to get hurt, injured, and so forth. And this is the first time I've seen where the whole bench gone. Y'all gone, they gone. That a young lady will be missing the first game in the NCAA tournament. I don't think it'll hurt South Carolina. LSU cannot afford to lose players. They don't have the depth that South Carolina has. The state Arthur can bring in a whole nother starting five, and whatever system they run, they're gonna keep rolling. Go ahead, Abe.
She lost that whole bench, and actually, believe it or not, because a lot of South Carolina's most important players had to go out that game. But believe it or not, with the lineup both teams had out there on the floor, that was LSU best chance at getting them a victory. That was their best chance. But Don coached it up. She had to melt that clock with that offense, move the ball around, you know. So that just was a good, complete team win, playing and coaching by them. You see what I'm saying? Because once everybody got kicked out of the game, I looked at the lineups and like, well, and I think Angel Reese scored the first 4 points after it happened, you know, and 2 or 4. But South Carolina held on, man, and just for Dawn to apologize for her player retaliating, and the LSU coach not apologize for the actions that her player took at all, and like D said, sir, what are you doing coming out of these stands? These still are girls and women out here on this court. So regardless if she's 6'8" or not, your sister did something that required some get back, or it was gonna get retaliated. So I mean, you know, you put yourself, your sister, and LSU in a bad spot doing it. You see what I'm saying? And that just shows kind of to the lack of discipline the LSU women's basketball team have. With that and the comments that she made after the game, the coach I'm speaking of, it's like, come on. So now you mad too because you can't beat them. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm definitely looking forward to LSU being well, they probably not gonna be in South Carolina bracket. But I'm looking forward to this women's tournament more so than
But
I'm gonna say this real quick. Mike Tyson's probably his most famous quote. Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. LSU had a plan until they punched until South Carolina punched them in the face.
That's facts.
Go ahead, D.
And I'm gonna say this because as I got home today, I was looking at the shows and they were talking about this and going back and forth, and they really want LSU and South Carolina in the same bracket so they can meet. A guy said he wanted them to meet in the Elite Eight or whatever before they get to the Final Four, because they'll make more money if they can meet before the Final Four. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's going to happen, but this is my thing. That culture, that whatever, like Abe said, whatever they drinking, I don't know if it's the red bean and rice, I don't know if it's the gumbo, I don't know what we got going on, or the beignets. I don't know what y'all got going on, the sugar on the beignet, but that's a culture. You got the team doing all the trash talking, you got the coach, and look at the fan base and the family members. You see what I'm saying? It got to that point, but your team has been doing this, like I said, Angel Reese pulled the girl ponytail. Like, what you doing? Then you looking around, and if you go back and look at the tape, Angel Reese didn't want this smoke. You see what she did?
She went the other way.
She didn't want none of the smoke, but you get up here on a thing and say, I'm down for my team, and we this, that, whatever, you'll see us again, and all this, that, whatever. You about to say whatever. Brother Kent, good question. Hey, what position do you think Angel Reese will she make in WNBA? Me personally, I agree with Kent. She look like the ass, and I'm trying to figure out her skill set. You see what I'm saying? Hey, I really don't, you know what I'm saying? She get the ball laid up. Get the ball laid up. I don't see her face up too much. You know what I'm saying? Spin move here, there, hooker, nothing. She's getting the ball laid up.
Yeah, maybe power forward, center. I think for her, for Angel Reese right now, her best option is I think she's a senior though, so she can't stay. But you know, she don't really have a jump shot like that. She does rebound decently. So you know, power forward, center. You know, in the WNBA, if you 6'4", you know, you considered a big in WNBA. You know, you got
you're taller than me, shit.
Yeah, I mean, you probably got somebody like the young lady from South Carolina who probably gonna be one of the tallest players in WNBA at 6'8".
Oh, the girl who got ejected?
Yes.
Yeah, she's a big girl. Well, you know what? And I don't know if you saw the night before. That's what I thought was dope about it. She went from winning the game against Tennessee the night before to laying that damn wood the next night. Well, it's crazy to me how the story can change, you know?
That's right. That's real. That's real.
But you have these, don't get it twisted. These are athletes at the highest level of college sports. They have that in them. They teach us in sports that we are a family. You don't let nobody, regardless, disrespect or put your hands on your team, because arguably that one of those players could have got hurt, got suspended, been out, you know, multiple games going in the tournament. And you have some teams that do this. We can't beat them, so we're going to hurt them some kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
And one last thing on it. If Angel Reese has to be a better leader, because if she keeps her cool and just plays her game, her teammates gonna follow suit. But because they see her rah-rah, pulling the girl hair, every time you run it down the court, you join it, they're gonna follow suit because she's their best player. So,
she's the example.
Exactly, she's the example.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like she can be a better leader to her team. Whether she knows it or not, a lot of these little black girls look up to her, and it's just tough, man, just to see how it was even in the post game. We're not scared of South Carolina. I mean, we get it, but like, is this the attitude you want to have going into it? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't seem like it's just basketball driven. Like, you got real pressure with these people. You feel what I'm saying? And like I said, it could come with not being able to beat them. I don't know, but I see them bully a lot of people until they play South Carolina. That's what I see. And the culture that they making down there is not a good one. Is great for women's college basketball, but just for people in general, like, you gotta relax a little bit and just play the game, and you gotta focus more on the game, and then you come out probably more successful. So I just want Angel Reese to be, a better leader out there.
All right, fellas, we got one more topic here. We're gonna stay in college basketball, but we're gonna switch over to the men's side. Now, D, you posed this question, so I'm gonna let you take it from here. But what's happening to the men's NCAA?
Well, this is the issue. Look what we're leading off this segment. We're talking about women's basketball right now. Well, arguably, for the first time, I can honestly say, NCAA women's basketball got the stars in it, all across the board. You know what I'm saying? All across the board. You got Juju out here, USC. You got the Angel Reeses. You got the South Carolina team, and you got the Great Hope out there in Iowa. You know what I'm saying? Capable. So arguably, we will all probably be tuning into the women's March Madness more than the men. You got the Blue Buds of North Carolina and Duke just played Saturday. They didn't even advertise that. That was a main game on a Sunday afternoon. That was the last game we used to watch before they started doing the brackets and so forth and so on. I can't tell you one of them jokers on the team. And to be honest with you, in the history of around here, KF, it was Georgia football. Hey, just talk to me now. Georgia football and Georgia Tech basketball. That's how we used to do this thing around here. Because we got like the ACC, this was ACC country when it comes to basketball, because you had the Dukes, the North Carolinas, the Wake Forests, the Georgia Tech, the NC State, and Clemson. These were arguably every Tuesday and Wednesday night we had a basketball game to watch, and it was action packed with stars. I think the one and done has hurt them with the international players coming also. It's not going to be any more teams staying together, i.e. Michigan, UNLV, some of the North Carolina teams and things of this nature. And you look at when you go to the draft, you're like, who are these players? Because they're more international or so forth. Well, go ahead. No, I can't. No. Bronny James, because they forcing him on us. We got the other kid from here out of, I think he went to Wheeler. He's pretty good. We'll find out when the tournament starts. Somebody gonna get paid in the tournament. Go ahead.
Bo, only person I can name is Zach Edey. That's probably the only name I can give you for sure. That's a top NBA prospect. But yeah, man, the overseas basketball play, the a lot of the glorified AAU. It has definitely, um, caused a damper on college men's basketball, especially. Uh, but I definitely feel like I saw a couple of good recruits that will be going to Duke this upcoming year. 3 or 4 of them. How long they stay, I don't know, but that's just they making talk of more of. I think you got to go to college for 2 years, like bringing some type of rule back. But I doubt if they do that. It's still gonna be overseas play, and kids can find a way around it if they don't want to do it like that. If they just need to get that money, they can go overseas and play, get noticed, come back to the NBA, play G League, do whatever. It's ways that they can go around playing men's college basketball. So that's real. That's right, Kent. Yeah, Hubert Davis' son. Yeah, he plays for him. Yeah, that's hard. Mhm.
I meant to say this also. I do think, in my opinion, now football wise, the moving of these universities to these different conferences is everybody's cool for it, but you don't realize that it's hurting other parts of the university sports, and that's probably another reason. Also, when you look at it, look out at SEC now. You see what I'm saying? Look at all the teams in the SEC trying to compete. They damn near got 4 different brackets for just a tournament, conference tournament play. Same thing with the ACC. You keep bringing in teams or whatever to play in the ACC tournament and so forth. And I do believe that's what the issue is now. It's no, hey, look at man, I'm just coming here. I'm gonna give you 1 year. Boom, I'm going to the NBA. You got another second tier player that you might have said Batman and Robin. Robin is like, okay, I'm waiting on Batman to leave. I'm gonna be the man on the team. Now come another Batman over him. And it's so forth because everybody's trying to get their payday. And with the NIL deal involved now with that, what is my incentive to be here and put in the work?
That's real. That's real.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you this. I've never been a big college basketball fan. I've only been watching this year because it's the best year South Carolina's had since, what was it, 97, 98? So I've been, I watch their game.
I will tell you, I will tell you this, Kev. I will say when March Madness start, usually some of these kids make a lot of money. That's right. Yeah, Houston does have a squad. They make a lot of money in a tournament. You'll see some of these guys that you ain't heard from, you don't know, you like you got a Gonzaga, you got a Xavier. These teams stay together. You know what I'm saying? They play fundamental basketball and they beat folks in the tournaments and winning games. Kansas has gotten in trouble. That's why a lot of this too. Kansas was the big chunk on the block. They didn't got in trouble. So you're not hearing from them. So you got all these moving pieces. And also the blue blood coaches, they are retiring. There's no Coach K no more. You know what I'm saying? Hubert Davis is the big name right now in the ACC, in my opinion. Georgia Tech just got Damon Stoudemire's over that coaching. It's going to take a minute if they allow him to do what he needs to do there. Because Georgia Tech, again, history serves. Georgia Tech, KL, will leave here and go up to New York, and they bringing a point guard back. Arguably.
Yeah, now, man, we're in a world where the Big 12 is the best division in men's college basketball because Houston's in it, Baylor's in it, Kansas in it. It has a lot of good teams in it. So back in the day, man, it was ACC and Big East, man. It wasn't. Who even thought that people were playing basketball like that Midwest or out west? You see what I'm saying? So you got a couple of programs that still doing it the right way. Gonzaga, especially. Houston got guys to stay. Creighton, definitely they get guys to stay. But like you said, those big programs like Duke, they're gonna have 3 or 4 5 stars come in, and they probably gonna be one and done. So That's just the nature of it right now. Kids want to go, get their money, go and showcase their talents at the highest level. So it's just the world we live in right now, where it's successful. So they're gonna do so.
Yeah, and like Abe said, what he just and piggyback on that before we get out of here. You used to have the Big East tournament that was played at Madison Square Garden. Kids that played, they like, oh, we playing in Madison Square Garden. The Big East is gone. You had the ACC tournament that was held up in Greensboro, North Carolina. You wanted to get to that tournament to showcase your skills. Same thing, the SEC tournament was held in places. Now they had them playing down here. When they playing in Phillips, they were playing in Phillips, or they was playing at the Dome. I think at one point, wasn't it? They were playing at the Dome, right, the Georgia Dome. So you had all these big facilities where these kids could showcase skills, and now it's like compressed to a certain extent.
Almost turns into a combine of the sort.
Oh, and by the way, something we did miss. North Carolina did beat Duke. Duke, the Cameron Crazies throwing stuff on the court at the players. I forgot to give you this information, Kev, but I seen that also. See, again, social media age, we think we can just do stuff to folks and get away with it.
Remember when Bush was still at Tennessee, they did that.
But that's what we have on that topic.
Classlessness. All right. Well, real quick, just because I just saw an ad for it pop up, I just want to say how excited I am for NCAA 25. Whenever it drops, the new football game we've been waiting 11 years for. Baby D over there was still in diapers when that came out. Nah, he wasn't in diapers back then. That was 11 years ago. Nah.
No.
But man, I think that's great for all people who love college football. I have a hunch that they're going to drop the game about a month before the season.
I got you. I already got. I got you. The date is coming out in between the dates of July 12th through the 18th. So we'll have the game 1 month before May. We usually get it before then. May, the month of May, we will actually see game footage and gameplay and the cover athlete or whoever they're gonna put on the screen. So right now, there's a lot of bits going on. The Dion or Nick Saban might be on the cover. They say they will get a lot of money off of it if they put Dion on the cover because of them coming back and using him as a marketing tool. I did see if some of the players have already opted in.
Some have opted out too.
Yes, some have opted out. Being the big name is the Manning guy.
Yeah, Arch Manning opted out.
Which I don't understand, sir. You haven't touched the field. What's the problem? Video man, what's wrong?
Right, and you gonna get paid for it. Anyways. Abe, give me last take on me.
Yes, man. Thank y'all again for tuning in this week. Appreciate it, Red, for coming on, talking some Falcons. Just definitely looking forward again to this free agency period. Pro days leading up to the draft. Even though we got Cousins, I still want to see what other moves we're gonna make. Not just us, but other teams as well. I'm not just a fan of the Falcons. I am a fan of the Falcons, but I'm a fan of just the league in general. So I'm definitely looking forward to this period of just seeing what happened, looking at all the transactions and seeing how the pro days go and leading up to the draft. In the meanwhile, I definitely watch the NBA, and I'll see y'all next Monday. Thank y'all again for tuning in. I appreciate it.
Again, thank you, Greg. Thank you for coming on, giving us your insight on the Falcons. And again, man, I appreciate everybody that tune in. And again, if you want to come on the show, you want to harass me, Kev, or Abe, just come.
Not me.
We have an open door policy. They just don't mess with Abe at the faculty. They don't usually fool with Abe. Majority they want to harass me. So just come on here and harass me and Kev, and we cool with it, man. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. And again, be blessed. We're gonna keep cranking out as much as we can and everything that's going on, man. And like I said, I just say thank you.
Well, I'm gonna add this. You come on here trying to mess with me. I don't care if I'm right or wrong. I will be dead wrong, and I will stand on my position just to irritate the shit out of you. I want to talk about the foolishness. I'm gonna use my last take to talk about the foolishness going down on July 20th.
Not Mitch Grant.
Mike Tyson will be fighting Jake Paul. Now, we saw Tyson do an exhibition a few years ago. But if you haven't seen Mike Tyson's training videos that came out last year, you might want to go watch that. That man will take your – you know what? I ain't going to waste my damn time on this. Jake Paul about to get his ass knocked out in embarrassing fashion. Mike Tyson is a killer in that ring. He bit a man's ear off.
Oh.
And a TikTok star who's knocked out these 70-year-old men with one arm wants to come in here and get it. Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face.
I want you, when we get ready leading up to this mess, I want you next week, go look at the stipulations that they have on Mike Tyson compared to him. It's a possibility that Jake Paul got to wear headgear where Mike Tyson doesn't. He doesn't have to do a weigh-in. Mike Tyson does. Mike Tyson has to be drug tested where he doesn't. It's a bunch of mess stipulations that you need to pull up and look at with this fight. Because Mike Tyson still has a one-hitter quitter. And I'm telling you, at 60 years old, I'm not trying to get in the ring with him. That's what needs to be put out with him. In this day and age of y'all money-making individuals, would you take a full-on punch with no headgear from Mike Tyson for a couple of million? Because some of y'all do anything. Would you take that punch, hands behind back, and let him tee off in that kill switch?
I don't know, dude. That's a hard question. Couple million for just a little broke jaw? I don't know, but I might get some brain damage from getting hit by that man. That man might go paraplegic. Yeah. I mean, I could see it. Mike Tyson turned you into a vegetable. A regular Joe, Mike Tyson turned you into a vegetable. You'll be eating out of damn straw the rest of your life.
Yeah. Or take a. I ain't gonna say that because he break a rib, you might die. I ain't gonna say that. I was like, take a punch in the stomach. I ain't gonna say that. Go ahead.
My whole chest cavity will explode. Fellas, man, that's it for tonight. Good show. For everybody who tuned in, we appreciate you. Of course, next week we'll be back, same time, 8 o'clock. We're going to update you on the most and the latest in sports. Till then, man, keep your beer cold and your wings lemon pepper, baby. We out.